Going by the 2016-2017 approved budget by Parliament, the Treasury appeared to suggest that most of the money to be announced on Wednesday would go towards sectors that are aimed at growing the economy. According to Julius Mukunda, the coordinator of the Civil Society Advocacy Budget Group, the agriculture sector will be keen in growing the country's export volumes to reduce on its balance of payment deficit.
The shift of investment in agriculture from 483 million to 783 million is quite substantial, and as such we are very grateful that this kind of investment, once done well, can be able to propel this particular economy. The only challenge now is to see where these resources should be specifically allocated to. The other element is tourism, and I think again I tell people that we own more than half of the world's gorillas in this, the world gorillas, and as such is that nobody will beat us in terms of tourism attraction in this country.
Government will this time spend 26.3 trillion shillings, which is more than the 24 trillion spent in the 2014-2015 financial year. The funding of the 2016-2017 national budget will mostly come from domestic resources, with taxpayers meeting 70% of the budget.
The challenge is that our taxation base is still very, very small. 13%. It has been constant at 13%. We should be at 25% of GDP, but the inability of government to expand the taxation base is something that we have not understood.
This means Uganda Revenue Authority will have to collect 12 trillion shillings in the coming financial year.
We must get that money somewhere else, and that somewhere else is the banks. We must borrow money. And when you get to borrowing, then that becomes a very tricky question. I have told so many friends of mine and my colleagues that we can actually raise this 26 million internally if we deal with enhanced capacity of URA to stop all the leakages.
The new budget imposes excise duty on petrol from shillings 1,000 per litre to shillings 1,100 per litre and 1,000 shillings excise duty on each bag of cement. Government has as well proposed shillings 50 increment on sugar, raising the duty to 100 shillings, a cost that experts say will be transferred to the final consumers. Despite these tax measures to finance the budget, poor tax administration might affect the revenue collection.
Expand taxation points in other areas that are politically sensitive. For example, property tax. It is already in the law, but very few people are paying property tax. Somebody spends 10 years without paying property tax. So the inability of government to look at these other areas is what is affecting our resource base.
The World Bank estimates that Uganda's economy is expected to grow by 5%, and so are economists who expect the country to overcome the bad times in the 2016-2017 financial year. Nelson Babyale, NBS, live at 9.